Here we'd like to demonstrate how we can use our KipwareXC, our G-code conversion software, in place of the traditional post processor from CAD/CAM systems. Now, the big advantage to using KipwareXC over a post processor is KipwareXC works directly with the G-code program. So you can have a G-code program that you may have written 2 years ago, or a G-code program that you've taken from your CAD/CAM system with a standard post, and we can run it through KipwareXC and convert that format into a different format. So again, the big advantage of KipwareXC is we can take any G-code program and convert it from one format to another. In this particular instance, we're going to take a standard FNUC program and we're going to convert it into an older control, a GE 1050 control. Now, there's a couple of things that we need to do to the program, and that is one is to remove all the decimal points. The older control doesn't use decimal points. And the second thing is to take a single command that takes an arc in a FNUC program, so it would make a complete circle with just a one-line command, and we need to break it up into quadrants, as the older control needs to have each quadrant of the circle programmed rather than the full circle of the G-code programmed. So what we're going to do is we've built a couple of profiles here, and now one of the things about KipwareXC is we can use a primary profile, but we can also use a secondary profile. And basically what that means is we can do some operations through the first profile and then some additional operations through the secondary profile. And what a profile is a mixture of standard conversion options. So let's take a look at some circular options that we can do. So converting R to incremental or absolute I and J and K, or in this particular case we're going to convert the incremental full circle into incremental IJ quadrants. So the profile is basically a mixture of predefined profile options that we've defined in the software, or you can use our macro code language and you can create any kind of conversion, whether it's a simple M function to a different M function or more in-depth specific G-code conversions in a line, so you can do multiple conversions in one line. But we've got other videos about that. We're going to stick to the subject here, and what we're going to do is go and take a look at the primary profile that we've created. So this is our GE 1050 profile, and if we open up that profile, you can see that what we're doing here is we're doing the circular options. So we've told the software that as it runs through the first profile, we want to convert incremental full circle into incremental IJ quadrants. Then we're going to take a look and we're going to define the secondary profile, and in the secondary profile what we're doing is we're doing the decimal point conversions. So what we've done is we've specified X, Y, Z, F, I, and J as our letter addresses, and then we've told it to remove the decimal points in all of those letter addresses. So what we can do is you can define up to 12 different letter addresses, and you can define whether or not you want to remove, or in some instances you might want to add decimal points. So if you want to take this GE 1050 control program and now convert it back to a FNUC program, you could certainly do that by creating another profile and telling it that you wanted to add back the decimal points. So we've got a primary profile and a secondary profile. Now we're going to go and browse for the program that we want to convert, and that's going to be our Kipware M test full circle program. So we wrote a program in our conversational Kipware M, and now we're going to take the final G-code program and run it through XC using these two profiles. If we take a quick look at the program, you can see that we've got one-line commands here, FNUC one-line commands to go around the circle. And what we're going to do is going to break that up, and you can see that we have decimal points and all the coordinates in here. So when we go through and convert the G-code, we should end up with no decimal points, and we should end up with 4 lines of code rather than just a single line of code. So converting is pretty simple. We've got the primary profile defined, secondary profile defined, and just hit the mill convert button, and the software goes through and does all the work. So now we've taken this G-code program written for a FNUC control and we've converted it to a GE 1050 control. And you can see that we've got no decimal points And we've got 4 lines of code to basically do that one line of arc command in the FNUC program. So we've divided it up into quadrants. The program's much longer, but we don't have any decimal points, and we've broken up the circle into 4 quadrants. So that's a little example of how you can use KipwareXC in place of a post processor. So if you had a CAD/CAM system that was outputting generic FNUC code, you could use KipwareXC and convert that code to the GE1050 control in this particular case. Thank you.